Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about the placement of planet Rahu in the 7th house. So let's begin. Well, this video is one of the most requested video on my channel, whether it was my Facebook page or YouTube comment section. Well, this was one of the most requested video, and so here I am with my analysis. So before we proceed with the video, let's just understand what does the 7th house represent. So let's begin. The 7th house represents social relations. 7th house is the house of masses and public. So 7th house helps you to analyze how the outer world perceives you. Then 7th house is also the place to see the qualities of your spouse. It is the house of your marriage and marital happiness. We have already done a video on 7th house. And it also represents the troubles which come in your family, because 7th house is 6th from the 2nd house. So from 7th house you can see the conflicts and the difficulties, the problems you go through in your families, or maybe the challenges which come in the way of your family. So again, 7th house is quite important. And also 7th house is 4th from the 4th house. So again, 7th house represents happiness at your home and your family. It also represents children, especially the second child of your family. And yes, it represents longevity because it's a Maraka house. Then 7th house represents business partnerships, agreements, contracts. And most important, it also indicates and represents the success and the fame through profession, as it is the 10th house from the 10th house in your birth chart. So what does the Rahu represents? Well, Rahu represents foreign lands, something which is unknown, or maybe something which is very unique. Rahu is a very illusionary planet, the planet of Maya, the planet of smoke, and again it's a very mysterious planet. It is known for its illusionary nature and also deception. And Rahu is a planet of materialistic things in life. It represents the desire for materialistic things. And Rahu also signifies the hidden enemies in life. It represents your grandparents. And most important, Rahu represents the karma of your past life, something you haven't learned in your last life. So it will give you challenges in this life to work upon that issue. Now, what does Rahu do in the 7th house? Well, it makes a person highly ambitious. These people are the boss of their own lives and their profession too. Now, Rahu's placement in 7th house makes one a brilliant businessman, an excellent deal maker, and a trade master. These people usually land up as entrepreneur, and plus they are very successful in their professional life. And this placement also gives a native a high desire for materialistic gains in life. And again, it's a good thing because this placement blesses a native with fame and wealth. Despite of success, despite of the materialistic gains, people with this placement are never satisfied with their success, because Rahu's thirst for success is a never-ending situation. And you can also see lots of advocates also with this kind of placement, and it's a brilliant placement for for this profession. It gives luck in litigation matters also. And the basic aim, the lesson which Rahu in 7th house is giving you is that to respect other people. You have to stop being egocentric and share respect and love with other people. Now let's talk about spouse and marriage. Well, people having Rahu in 7th house tend to get married to someone who lives in foreign land, who belongs to the foreign land, or maybe someone who belongs to a different community, a different culture. Now, when Rahu is in 7th house, automatically Ketu is in the 1st house. Now, Ketu in the 1st house creates a lot of vacuum in initial years of life. It brings isolation and identity crisis in early years. So the native tries to compensate for that by balancing it with the matters of the 7th house. Now, these people always seek a spouse, a person who is quite privileged and successful in their lives. And after the age of 24 or 25, these people turn out to be very social and they do have a huge fan following, but again later in life. And natives with this placement have a lot of expectations from their spouse, or they may have a spouse who have lots of desires and expectation from the marriage, especially the sexual desires, because the 7th house is the house of Venus. So definitely it signifies the desires like this, and it also creates a lot of delusion and deception. Rahu is a smoky planet. It hides the true picture from you, and therefore it is quite difficult to analyze the true identity of your spouse. You may fall for a person who pretends to be your well-wisher, but he or she may have different intentions which you might not be aware of. Now, there are few things you need to consider whenever you have Rahu in the 7th house. Well, number one, the sign placement. The sign placement of planet Rahu holds the clue how this planet is going to work. Like Rahu, if it is placed in sign of Aquarius or Virgo or Gemini, it really works quite well. And if Rahu is in Leo, it gives a lot of fame and success in life. Second thing is the nakshatra placement of planet Rahu. It is very important, and also who is the nakshatra lord over there. And thirdly, you have to look out for conjunctions. Is there any planet which is placed with Rahu in the 7th house? Because Rahu will always try to magnify the qualities of that planet. So if Rahu is placed with Venus in 7th house, so it of course indicates excess of sexual desire. If Rahu is placed with Mars, it represents that the spouse is very passion driven, argumentative, or someone who is quite abusive. When Mercury is placed with Rahu, it represents a very manipulative spouse, very witty and intelligent. When Jupiter is placed with Rahu, it gives a quite dominating spouse, especially in a woman's chart. I have seen so many charts with Rahu-Jupiter combination in the 7th house. So Jupiter is the planet which will actually control the desires of Rahu, but I have seen in some charts where Jupiter-Rahu combination gives a quite rational and dominating spouse. But again, Jupiter also protects the marriage in some cases too. Now finally, let's talk about the aspects. Well, Rahu in 7th house aspects your 11th house, 1st house and the 3rd house. Now 11th house and the 3rd house are the Upchai houses, the houses of material prosperity, and it's quite a good placement for materialistic success in life. It's a good placement for fame and success whenever Rahu looks at your 3rd house and 11th house. And also the aspect on 11th house blesses you with a huge social network and lots of friends, especially the professional friends. And its aspect on the 3rd house blesses you with a good communicative skills. So Rahu's placement in the 7th house is quite a good placement for success, wealth and fame. But when there is a positive thing, there's always a negative thing too, and it creates troubles in relationship. But remember that you're always blessed with the strength to rise above all your difficulties, and always believe in 3 things: magic, miracles and yourself. And if you're new over here on my channel, do subscribe. If you want me to make a video on a particular concept or maybe any planetary placement, do let me know in the comment section below. Till then, goodbye, take care and stay connected.